It was last summer. I was going to a bachelor party in the Hamptons in Montauk.
Yeah.
And I was hungover. I was like, I'm taking a helicopter out here. And then I got a helicopter and I got fucking drunk at the bachelor party. I was like, I'm not taking
That's 500, by the way.
I'm taking a helicopter back.
That's 500.
So I took the helicopter back, but on the flight out there, it was a Blade, right? And so it was like the flight out there, I was in the back with like not a bachelorette party, but 3 older women, not older, but I don't know, whatever, like 3 women in the back of the helicopter. And it was fine. Then getting the helicopter back, I was with 3 dudes and just our legs were like a fucking mess. And I was like, this is disgusting.
Dude, I also remember when you told that story, you were like, dude, it was like $450.
Yeah.
And then like he told it again, he was like, it's like $500. And then eventually it was like $750.
It was like $900.
It just kept going up.
Okay.
Every time you got a little more truthful, and eventually it was $2,000 both ways.
But you save hours in the Hamptons.
It's a 4-hour ride out there.
That's what people, and I don't really fuck with the Hamptons, I'll be honest, and I'm saying that on this podcast right now, so clearly I'll be buying a house in the Hamptons in the next fucking because I'm the biggest hypocrite. But like, it's 4 hours to be with the same people you were with in the city.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you know, like, going 4 hours?
Maybe even worse, to be honest. You know, like
just the people you hate the most. Right. They're around in the city.
In the most stuck up places that are going to charge a cover and be
the same restaurant. Everything, and I'm like,
right. You have some beach. You have some beach property. Hopefully,
when people go there, nobody goes to the beach.
Right.
It's
not a beach
like
town.
Backyard, or you do that thing. So I'm like, for me, I don't.
But that's what. Do you know what else they're doing for? See,
but it's 4 hours, and it's like if I'm going for the weekend, that 4 hours,
8
matters,
hours,
bro.
So that's a half a day, 8 hours on your.
And
travel.
imagine you rented a place for the weekend. Those 4 hours,
and that place you rented, by the way, is
fucking
exactly, bro.
It was the right decision,
dude. You know who should really be doing it? The plane and the helicopter. They also are offering. There's a doctor or a urologist.
Seaplane, they shut that shit down. The people in the Hamptons shut that down. Blade had a seaplane that was doing it as well.
Yeah, because the people in the Hamptons want to keep that shit. We want fishermen and fucking.
We want it to
There's
be
a urologist in Manhattan that is offering bladder Botox and prostate embolization where you like sear it.
Okay.
So that you don't have to piss as much because the old people driving out to the Hamptons have to stop every like 2 minutes to pee. So think about this: you're older, right? It's you, your wife, and another couple.
They use
right?
the jitney. There's the Hampton bus.
Yeah.
I figured that
a fucking
the rich people.
You can have a toilet there, right?
Why do you guys take the bus? There's a toilet.
That's probably part of it.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
I started to think about it because it sounded so silly. Like the headline is like, "Doctor is making it so old people don't have to pee to go to the Hamptons." I'm like, do we really need this? If it's you and your wife and another couple, let's say you're all 60 plus.
Yeah.
You pee 5 times an hour. She pees 5 times an hour. And you're all on different pee schedules, and the drive is 4.5 hours. You're peeing every 10 minutes. You're never gonna get to the Hamptons.
Never gonna get there.
It's actually like, just snip this or sear that, or give me my Botox, and I don't have to piss for 4 hours so I can get to my beach spot.
We have to figure out what the beach play is for New York. That's not so far.
Well, Jersey is the spot.
Is it?
Well,
So
you need to go to the right spots in Jersey.
Okay.
Because there is Seaside Heights, which is Jersey Shore, right?
Yeah.
Guidos and all
Destroyed
that
the
shit.
brand.
Right. But
Destroyed.
what happened was that the people who live in the nice parts of Jersey are like happy to let that be the reputation because then nobody comes. So there are these there's a town they call the Irish Riviera, and there's these really like beautiful spots that are you can't bring food on the beach. It's all clean, it's all families, it's all nice, and they're happy to let you think that my town is Guidos and fights and shit because then nobody's here.
I was 100% a believer in that because I grew up in Massachusetts and Rhode Island. So like I did like the Vineyard, I did Nantucket, I did Newport, the Cape, and I was like, fuck yeah, especially because I was in high school when it all came out. So like they were the enemies, right? So, New York, Boston stuff just kind of got you to fuel
My
fire
place is better than your place.
Right. And then last summer I got a place in Asbury Park, and it was
Beautiful.
Dope.
But what you do not
so
get,
sick.
what you do not get, you get zero clout, you get zero status. Nobody will be impressed. No one will be like, "Oh, you have a house in Seagirt, you have a house in Spring Lake, you have a
dude."
Nobody cares, but you can get $1 million mansions on a little lake that's near the beach and BYOB restaurants and all this shit in Spring Lake, New Jersey, and it'll probably be the nicest place you'll ever be in your life.
We should do that.
You know, that's exit 98 off the Parkway, off the Jersey.
I mean, that's just a no-brainer.
So it's like an hour 15.
If
you take a plane, it's only like 2 minutes.
I'll pitch Asbury Park one more time. There's a fucking ferry that leaves from the financial district.
Ferry's beautiful.
Ferry, it's like $16.
Yep.
45
Get a couple
minutes,
drinks.
bar on the ferry.
Uh-huh.
Boom, you're there.
And drops you off in Asbury Park.
It's like a 15-minute Uber, something like that.
But even
That's
that,
brilliant.
you know, and so like Manasquan was the spot where the kids like go to party, and then Belmar and Asbury Park, like the towns after that, kind of like the new spots that are up and coming.
Yeah.
But there's all these little towns around that are like you're close to where the partying is, but a little bit removed.
Right.
They don't like the New Yorkers who come down. They call them Bennies. It's like all the fucking Bennies are here for the summer.
Why do
But
they call them Bennies?
it has something to do with back in the day. It was like between Newark and New York, so it was like BENNY. So there's like some story about that. But a lot of my friends are locals, so they. And a lot of those towns are year-round towns where you can raise your kids and you get good schools, good education, but you're also 5 minutes from the beach.
Yeah.
So like I have a friend who's his dad retired, aka he just stopped working, but he doesn't have to move anywhere. He has the beach. He walks his dog on the beach every day. He's in the same town that he grew up in, and nobody knows because it's Jersey's the armpit of America, and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But no one will ever be like. And I think it's a good thing, but no one will ever be like, Andrew Schulz was spotted at the Jersey Shore this weekend. The same way it's like in the Hamptons, you know?
don't
But,
give
you
a
know,
fuck
certain
about that
people
shit.
who make
Now,
millions
there
on the
is-
internet go to certain places where they like to be known and
Here's the thing.
spotted.
I'll tell you why that's valuable. It's if you want your property to increase in value.
Sure.
Like to the brand of the Hamptons.
It's a thing. It's a
It's
machine,
a
man.
thing, dude.
Yeah.
And even like with foreign investment, my buddy was telling me this, like all these foreigners buying Bel Air, and I'm like, why? And it's just Fresh Prince
because
of
of
Bel Air.
because fucking Will
Beverly
Smith made it
Hills
a thing.
90210.
Yeah,
Like
made
if
it
it's
a
the
thing.
rich area, they go,
Yeah.
oh, imagine you're some Russian trying to get your
Yeah.
money out, right?
Right.
And you want to put, where do you put it? Do you put it in Brentwood?
Right.
I've never
I
seen
don't
a
even
fresh
know
kid
what
of
Brentwood
Brentwood.
is. Yeah,
What the
yeah,
fuck is
yeah.
that, right? Santa Monica,
Yeah.
Venice. Venice is a ripoff of the other Venice.
Right.
So you're like, fuck this. I'll put it in
What
the
do I
place
know?
where the shows are.
90210.
100%.
So
So maybe
that's the only area code zip code I know. Like,
isn't that crazy?
Dude,
I know
it is
mine,
wild.
and I know 90210.
That's
I don't
it.
know mine. I forget it all. I have to Google my address every time I write something down.
Dude, that's such an interesting thing about like brands and money and shit, that it's like it's so dumb, but that's why I think it's funny when people say like someone fell off or they're not famous anymore or whatever. Like when we used to work with Jenna Marbles, who she was like always in the zeitgeist. And then all of a sudden, not. And I was kind of like, oh, it must be over for her. And I look at her YouTubes and shit, it's still like 10 million views.
Oh,
like,
she's
every
still out
time.
there doing it.
Because
Yeah,
it's just like, once you make it, you kind of just make it. There's always
Yeah.
somebody who's going to pay for your shit.
Your
And
audience.
obviously, there's ups and downs and there's levels. But I feel
But she
like
might be happier
Bel-Air-
without like the constant criticism. Like I think that
Oh, she
there-
canceled herself.
Yeah.
That was one of the funniest. Remember that?
Yeah,
She
but
came out and said, like, I just want to let you know that one time I used like certain language in my videos, and it's like nobody knew, nobody was gonna find out.
Oh, really?
Really?
She wanted to get ahead of it. You remember that?
No.
Yeah, she came out, and I don't think it
It
was,
was like
even
some
that
Nicki
bad.
Minaj song or something.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that?
yeah. It was like
yeah.
something that really wasn't even that bad, but it was funny.
Well,
It
that's
was like,
I was actually we've talked about it extensively today, but I've been binging Always Sunny recently.
Yeah.
And one of my favorite episodes is the one they did where they just kind of addressed all of their
all the bad
blackface.
shit.
and
Yeah,
all
yeah,
that
yeah.
shit.
Those guys got away with all of it, man.
Like, big time. Like, they're just sitting around the table being like, so what was it? Max steps back. He's like, I'm not gonna play Murtaugh in Lethal Weapon 7. Like, yeah, because you're white. He's like, yeah, but you have to celebrate me for not. I'm not
Not
racist.
doing it anymore. Yeah, yeah. They're the best. They are the fucking